His word says in Lamentations that His mercy, His compassion, His love never fails. They're new every morning. Then that verse finishes, great is thy faithfulness. Sing with us.
Great is thy faithfulness, O God my Father. There is no shadow of turning with thee. Thou changest not, thy compassions they fail not. As thou hast been, thou forever wilt be. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. Summer and winter and springtime and harvest, sun, moon, and stars in their courses above, join with all nature in manifold witness to thy great faithfulness. Mercy wilt be. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. Pardon for sin and a peace that endureth, thine own dear presence to cheer and to guide, strength for today and bright hope for tomorrow. Great is all mine with 10,000 beside. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me.
Hi, my name is David and welcome to Core 14. We name it Core 14 because we look at 1 Corinthians 14:15, where the Apostle Paul encourages not just to sing in the Spirit, but also sing with understanding. So what we do is we look at different songs or hymns that we as a congregation sing and talk a little bit about that. Today, we're going to go ahead and talk about the hymn, Great is Thy Faithfulness. Great is Thy Faithfulness comes from the main scripture comes from Lamentations 3, 22 through 24, and I'll go ahead and read it. It says, because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. I say to myself, the Lord is my portion, therefore I will wait for him. The song was actually written by Thomas Obadiah Chisholm in 1923. He wrote over 800 poems, and this actually, he wrote it as a poem. Then he sent out the music to Reverend Runyon, in which he put the music to it within one day in 1923. And here we are 97 years later, and we're still singing this beautiful hymn. The other thing I wanted to share with you is just talk about a little bit about the verses and then finish off with the chorus. Verse 1 actually just describes how God's unchanging faithfulness, the simple expression of God's faithfulness. We see it every day. Hebrews 13:8 says that Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever. That his goodness, his love, and his faithfulness will always remain. Verse 2 talks about God's faithfulness to us in the world that he created. The change of seasons, the stars, the heavens. Psalms 19:1 says that the heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. The heavens declare, the earth declares and proclaims his faithfulness and his goodness. Verse 3 of the hymn talks about the redemption through Jesus Christ. God's abiding presence in our lives and the blessed hope of heaven. When I was reading Lamentations 3, and you could look that up in your time, the first 20 verses are really about the struggles of the prophet that wrote it. How time has passed. It says that he lost his splendor. It said that he was going through difficult times and different situations. But there's a real great, beautiful word, and it's a conjunction word in verse 21. As he's sharing the difficulties of his life through 20 verses of Lamentations 3, 21 says the word yet. And then he goes into what I just read earlier. Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed. His compassions never fail. His mercies are new. Great is thy faithfulness. I pray that today, no matter where you're at and what situation you're going through, that you may have a conjunction word. And that word would be yet, and leads into understanding God's love, God's kindness, God's goodness, and God's faithfulness to you. I'll leave you with a couple of verses. In 1 Kings 8:56, it says, praise be to the Lord who has given rest to his people Israel, just as he promised. Not one word has failed of all good promises he gave through his servant Moses. It just shares with us the understanding that God does not lie. God keeps his promises. If he tells us in his word that he'll be with you, he will be with you. 2 Timothy 2:13 says, if we are faithless, if we don't have faith, God, he will remain faithful, for he cannot deny himself. It just proves to us and shows us that when we are children of God, God takes us by his hands and into his arms and carries us through. And we know that for a fact because it's in his word. And he keeps his promises. We could all sing the beautiful chorus. It says, great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. And all I have needed, thy hand has provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. God bless you.